Welcome to Shit My Pastor Said, the podcast where we talk about all that fucking shit those pastors said. My name is Kris. I'm here with my brother Dano, and today we have my good friend Bree, who's going to be sharing some of her stories about youth group. Dano, youth group, your thoughts?
Youth group, tough time, rough spot. I mean, it kind of was.
You were a drummer, so you were popular.
Yeah, but I was, well, we don't need to get into it. I was, with drummers, there's always a competition, and the guy in front of me was a very good drummer.
Who?
Mike.
Oh, Mike was a good drummer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Why can't you say his last name?
Mike
Cockett is his name.
Yeah,
and
good drummer.
He'd agree with you. He's better.
Yeah, he was better.
He's
happy for you. Good on you, Mike. But youth group, I think, was, to me, it felt like an extension of high school with weird religious stuff.
Really?
Yeah. Because it was a place you went to try to get some FaceTime with the girl.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's
try to be cool and be a drummer. Try to have like image that you're projecting. Skater, drummer, all around cool.
It's funny because I thought of like education when I thought about school, and I thought about trying to be cool.
Here we go with education again.
That's where it went. Yeah.
No, not for me. I went to high school to get some FaceTime with a girl, to be a drummer.
You made fun of my teachers. Yeah. Do you remember the name of our youth group we went to?
Cross Current.
God, you do remember it. Yeah. What a weird name.
I remember it being explained to us like all the time. Like,
do you remember what it was?
We're going across the culture. We're not going down the flow of culture. We're crossing it.
Why were evangelicals so obsessed with trying to be countercultural with never actually doing it?
That's a great question. Honestly, it's got to be something with like Reagan or some bullshit, huh?
I don't think.
I don't know. I can't go on
about that though. I think Ronald Reagan like normalized trying to be a part of culture with evangelicals. What? Yeah, I thought he tried making evangelicalism, and they exploited evangelicals, but trying to bring it.
They're not,
but made it more mainstream to be evangelical. I think countercultural to actual culture would be like, we are going to do things so differently than the rest of you.
I think that when evangelical Christians would talk about culture, they're talking about secular, quote unquote.
Yeah,
they're not talking about like what we are as a culture. It's about like, because it's all rule based. Like, I'm sure we're going to talk about it. If we're going to talk about youth group, I'm sure rules are going to come into play about what it means to, like, you can't swear, you can't do this or that.
Yeah.
So like, that's in and of itself cross culture.
Okay, tell me from youth group, what is a rule that you followed but you didn't understand why you followed it?
Don't have sex. Like,
you knew
excuse
why.
Me?
Yeah. You said I've been waiting on this one.
Let's see. I think the music thing was weird.
It was super weird.
Because it was like, we want to sound exactly like these artists, but you can't actually listen to these artists, and you certainly can't be open about that.
Why is what they're singing about so evil and bad when we're singing about very similar things?
Right. And like, Jars of Clay.
Yeah.
Like their second album wasn't explicitly Christian. And it was like,
really?
Or there was some controversy there.
I don't remember that.
But it's like punk bands was big for me.
Yeah.
And there was some
ska bands.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. There was like good, like Christian punk that kind of peeked through a little bit.
90-pound wuss, I don't know, gets put into the category of great punk.
MXPX was cool.
Were they Christian?
They were Christians. They didn't talk about Christian stuff though.
But they got floated into like Christian music.
Yeah. And there was like rumors that they didn't drink on tour and shit.
Our youth pastor probably told us that.
Exactly.
Do you guys know these guys don't
But do you remember like the buzz on like, oh, this band is really good and we heard that they're Christian? Like that was huge.
I only remember that with Dano and U2.
Yeah.
But what bands?
So ambiguous.
Which one do you remember?
MXPX, obviously. I can't think of an example, but
I remember like actually I have a memory as being an adult of another evangelical that's just not a good person, and he would get really excited online during the Grammys when someone would talk about God, like, we want to thank God. He's like, finally Christians are able to worship the Lord Jesus Christ. I'm like, dude, like, you're creaming your jeans. Every fucking person thanks God.
Yeah, but that's like the cross current shit of like, we did it, we're not a part of that, but we've arrived at a similar success rate.
But that would be my argument.
I don't think that
that they're trying to just be a better version of culture without being different.
Absolutely. I think that's the game.
But
it's weird. I had a buddy in high school firmly not a Christian, hilariously so. He was Catholic, which is also very funny.
But that's Christian.
No, but I'm saying like he didn't give a shit about being Catholic. He just had to go to mass.
Yeah.
But he was like a huge fan of Christian metal.
Yeah.
And then like Christian metal somehow was accepted. It's so strange.
Because they could talk about demons.
Good
Fuck
point.
yeah, man.
And you can do double bass.
Fuck you, double bass. Okay, well, let's get to our conversation with Bree Thompson. Enjoy. All right, back to the shit my pastor said. We're here with one of my very good friends, Bree Thompson, who I adore and I love.
Thanks for being here, Bree.
I'm happy to be here.
Dano, what feelings do you have about Bree?
I don't really know Bree so well.
That's a bad start.
But I feel good about her being here
Just
today.
wait.
All right. Okay, Bree, why don't you share a little bit about who you are?
Sure. I am a 41-year-old mother of many.
That's true. You are. Yeah.
I collect children. I did collect children.
That
I don't
sounds-
anymore. I know.
For the context of this podcast, that's
Sure.
not a great start.
Well,
I collect children.
Spooky.
I love taking care of people, and children used to come and show up at my place, and I would always take them in no matter what. It turns out.
Okay. So the context is that you had teenagers who had friends.
That is the context.
Yeah, I know that.
Sure.
Okay. Because
Yeah.
it sounds like you just harvest children in the neighborhood.
I mean, no, that's not it at all.
Okay.
Sure. Okay. I got children. That's
Yes.
part of it. Being a mom is a really big, a really important thing to me. My favorite title. I'm also a graphic designer and a bartender.
You're a hell of a
and-
bartender, too.
Thank you.
You really are.
I think so too, actually.
hmm
So thanks.
I used to be a bartender.
Did you?
Hey, thanks for
This
sharing,
isn't
Dano.
about you.
It's true, though. Pretty good.
Okay. Yeah. So, I currently, on my, in my life has led me to be a very curious human. In reference to God, I believe we're very connected. I think we're all connected. And, I don't know any more of what that looks like, honestly. And I don't care to.
You don't care to know what it looks like?
I prefer to live in the wonder. I don't want to. I don't want to
that.
find out.
I love that.
Like if there's an answer that I don't like, then I don't want to know it.
Okay. Would you say that you're like somewhere in the middle?
Yeah, neath the or Georgia pine. Thank you.
Okay, I like that. Okay, so
Did you say beneath an old Georgia pine?
Yeah, you don't know that
I
one.
don't know.
yeah, it's Bree's thing.
It's country. It's fine.
Great.
I also
Yeah,
love
it's
country music
country.
and
So do
karaoke.
I. Bree and I sing karaoke together.
You do.
Mhm. Okay, so
Do you know my bit about country music?
Oh my god. Okay.
It's just structured like worship music. That sucks.
Oh my god.
This is what
You are
sucks
not
about
even-
country music.
You're not even
It's like-
close.
Disagree.
It's
Hard.
crescendos and fucking verse, chorus, bridge, chorus with
Okay.
a big crescendo.
Then I guess we could go to fish
Like
music,
emotional.
which
Yes,
is
we can go. Thank you.
introduction, 45 minutes of nonsense
No, that's
guitar
you
playing.
know that's not true.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love music that tells a story.
See?
And aside from Billy Joel, it's fucking country for me.
Oh my god. This is why we love each other, Bree. I would say the difference
Billy
between
Joel and country.
the
gets a
only
high
similarity
five.
of worship
I
music
love
and country
Billy
I
music
like Billy Joel.
is that it's telling a story. That's it.
Absolutely.
What?
Just
Yeah, but
country music tells better
it's
stories than being
inauthentic.
hungry for Jesus.
It's inauthentic. But
It's not in a thought.
it's a whole big. It's the last bastion.
We bring
of
in
corporate
Clint
music.
Black. He's standing right. You're going to tell him
We're
he's-
not talking about Clint Black, and you know it.
Clint Black. Look him in the eyes.
I like Summer's coming.
Oh,
by
I'm
Clint
sorry,
Black.
Randy Travis.
I'm
You're
talking
full of
today.
shit.
I'm talking today's like
God.
whatever.
Luke McCombs. Oh, he
You're really
loves his
pitching
dad.
country.
Sorry.
Yeah.
No,
Calling me out, man.
I like country. I like authentic country. I like
Okay.
the resurgence of actual country music.
No,
Coulter
you
Wall.
don't.
Sure.
Okay, so hey, Bree, back to the podcast. I've heard your story. It's a story. Why don't you give us a little context of leading up to how you got involved in this place to the point of why in the hell you'd ever want to do what they asked you to do?
Sure. Well, for starters, I never wanted to do what they asked me to do.
Good point. Sorry, that is good.
But the story I'm going to tell is of being a teenager, and up until that point, I grew up in the church as long as I can remember.
Really? Same church?
No. There was another smaller church that ended up closing, and we found the church that I grew up in, or that I have the most memories of. I was 8 or 10-ish.
When you moved to this fucking church that we're talking about?
This fucking church,
okay.
Yeah.
So, without telling the name of it, like what kind of church, denomination, vibe?
Assemblies of God church. Yeah. So the vibe was very much, and I don't know, it was a weird. I feel
Accurate.
like it was maybe a weird time in Assemblies of God because there was a lot of like rift even in that. Right there, but there were some people like in like the higher leadership that you couldn't dance or like
couldn't gamble.
I mean,
play
it was
dice.
Very, very extreme. Whereas like I don't know. I mean, I guess it was.
And this church was on that side of the extreme.
It was still very strict. So like our rules were, like no swearing, no drinking, no
fun,
no R-rated movies.
Right. Pretty classic.
Yeah, I went to an Assemblies of God college and had to follow all those things in college.
Yeah. Yeah. So it was
no
pretty,
dancing,
pretty
no
rigid.
playing with cards. Yeah.
No playing with cards. That's
So
funny.
that's the church that I have the memories of, right? Because before that I was young, and my main memory from the church before that is the ushers would throw my brother like a football over the pews.
Awesome.
And
that's the old church?
Yeah, and I think I only remember that because it was fucking traumatizing.
The football was?
And not even in the God way, right?
Oh, okay.
Like my brother was flying through the air, and these guys are like in their 20s, and because they're
I heard this wrong.
My parents just trust them to throw my brother.
They were not throwing a football to your brother over the pews. That's what I heard.
Why? Why were they throwing your brother?
Did you hear that it was a
No,
football?
I heard it how she said it.
Oh, they were throwing a human body.
Well,
as
first
a
of all, how did a 20-year-old become an usher?
That's the most important. That's a little stringent on titles.
Too young to.
Why? Let's get back
titles,
to it. Why did they throw your brother like a football? Or why did they throw him in general?
Oh, they were just having fun. I don't. It was.
When I want to have a good time, I usually pick up a human and throw him.
Yeah. I don't know. That's why college students shouldn't have access to children.
Now So that's the old church.
Right.
Then how did you get involved with this fucking church that you're about to tell a story about?
So the church I was going to close, and my parents just found this place. It was a little tiny church when we started, but it was growing very quickly.
Oh, okay.
So I knew this church as like the hot shit church for a minute there. You were there before that?
Oh yeah, for a long time.
Was it? We talked briefly about this church. Was it because of that play that really set him in the? I'm serious.
It's not at all.
I'm serious. That was like a huge deal.
That was very much a part.
But they were in the new building.
But
was
hold on.
very much a part of their
Since
marketing
you brought it up,
strategy.
Dano, you have to
as
get
a church.
what is
okay,
the
there
play?
is when I was in middle school.
Yes,
I heard we went to a basically an AG church in a different town, but we heard about this play called
is the early 90s, late 80s.
Early 90s, Heaven's Gate,
mid 90s.
What's it called? Heaven's Gate, Hell's Flames.
Heaven's
Gates.
Gates.
No, Heaven's Gate. There's only one
there's
gate.
one
and
gate,
Hell's
my man.
Flames.
Narrow is the road.
Yeah.
Hell's Flames, and I think the point of it was to
scare the
shit
shit
out of you.
Yeah.
It was like the one time like production really like hey, there's something to theater if you can do this.
Okay, you have to. So
they do little stories, little like acts, I suppose, in a play of
vignettes.
Like here's the only one there was one with like two construction workers.
Yeah.
And then they're talking about it, and then finally one of them brings up, I don't know, I'm sure one of them brings up like a problem he's having, and then the other guy says like, well, have you considered Christ?
He's like, I look at boobs.com all the time.
I'm really struggling with boobs.com. It's like, well, how about Jesus, Jeff? And then they get like, they fall off the building or something.
They were like,
they fall off the building?
So everybody
or they die.
I knew that.
So these guys, so the point is he accepted Christ right before they died.
Yeah.
And then they both got into heaven.
At Heaven's Gate, and they're like, oh my God, what is this place?
He's like, I don't need boobs.com when I got Jesus.com.
But not everybody makes it to heaven, right? That's where the Hell's Flames come
and like screams and red lights.
There's a group of kids in their car driving, and they're like,
oh, that's
we like this beer. No, we like this beer. Tastes great, less filling. Tastes great, less filling. Crash. And then they show up, and
demons.
They're like and they're just, and like, so real these guys in their devil and demon costumes come out
production.
and they're like,
don't skip on production.
It's true. To get them. The music is loud and flashing, and they covered all the windows in the auditorium, so it was like
it was dark,
pitch black. When it got black, it got black. It was so scary.
It was scary.
It did scare me.
I was in that performance, and I never
forgot about that.
I never made it through multiple years in a row. I never made it through a full performance, and I always thought it was because I was a bad Christian.
What do you mean you never made it through?
What do you mean?
I've got sick, like physically ill, almost every time.
Wow.
And some of the times I was just like, one time it was like my knee, or like I always had excuses, and I always felt guilty about it
devil.
Because that's exactly what it was. Yeah.
Sure.
I had something. I had some hidden
were you looking
sin.
you were looking at boobs.com with the construction
you're smoking
workers.
ciggies with the construction
ripping
workers.
Darts.
Yeah.
Warning them, don't fall off the fucking building, guys.
Dude, I just remember the one, I think it was probably the final scene where the family dies and they see their like kid that died 4 years before that. Like she was waiting for them in heaven.
Comes out of
with Jesus.
With Jesus.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
You guys want to know a wild story?
Serious.
I've never shared this
White
with you.
Jesus, actually.
That I had a friend. We can't say names. We had a friend that showed the video of this shitty production on a handheld video to one of my friends who I skateboarded with, and he surrendered his life to Jesus in his living room on the floor watching that video. Yeah, and then his mom, his mom gave me a big hug saying thank you, and I didn't show him the video. Oh God, that's some great stuff.
Dude, they did it year after year because it was working.
But the video worked. Yeah.
So I think I was right that this was one of the things that launched this church in the stratosphere.
No,
I agree.
As far as like a local church growing,
because that wasn't the only production that they did.
No, but
it was in their new building, wasn't it?
Yes.
This doesn't matter.
New building,
I would say
auditorium.
they were growing earlier before that. Quite aggressively, because I remember in our shitty church they were talking about when we were kids.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So they were growing because they were doing hard. This fucking pastor of this fucking church is not a great person and used fire and brimstone to scare the shit out of people, and people will go to that because they feel like that's truth.
Well, and I think they took the model of the church, maybe some churches we've been a part of, and mega churches in the cities and most cities where it's like, it's not weird. It doesn't feel right away weird to walk into, and they serve like coffee or whatever. Like that goes a long way.
They're trying to
and probably good kids programming. Like,
okay, I would like to hear Bree's thoughts on this church.
I would like to just one more say, kids programming is such
So now that we went through the play and why Dano thinks that grew, Bree, give us some context of how you not just came into this church, but how you got involved and why. And I'd like to hear why it was so. It seemed like it was important to you, or it was life-giving to you. Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, to go back to what Dano just said, the kids programming was great.
Do it.
And so was the youth programming.
Right.
We had a really cool youth group.
And you were...
the cool kids went there.
Hold on.
And I wanted to be a part of that.
So you were saying you were not one of the cool kids.
I mean, I was. For sure.
If there's a rank of like 1 through 10.
Just like ask anybody.
You smoked cigarettes.
Jeez.
Did you smoke cigarettes then?
In high school? For sure.
But hold on.
I just made this up.
Before this story, were you ripping darts, or after the story?
Wait, well, actually, long before.
Oh.
Like, it was more like middle school.
God, you're so cool.
Yeah. Thank you.
I never smoked a cigarette until I was in my 20s.
Sorry.
Okay. Anyways, back to the story.
Okay.
Okay.
So I really liked the youth group, and I hated high school.
Okay.
And so I found a really great friend group in that church. And it was like, it felt like this group that I got to like build, and also like I was pretty cool, and I liked that. That was fun for me.
Yeah.
And I got a lot of attention, and I really like attention.
You like attention, Bree?
I know, it's crazy. It's crazy. I've grown so much since then.
She waits for applause after karaoke.
Oh, you can't see it, but I've already done like 6 hair flips.
Yeah.
Okay, so I loved the youth group. I loved my youth pastors. They felt like second parents. They were really looking out for us, and I really believe that, and I still do. I still believe that they were doing what they thought was best.
Oh, yes.
And I
agree
think
with
that they still are. And I don't know. I haven't talked to them. I have no idea if they've like noticed the trauma that they've caused. I'm sure probably not.
Probably not.
But I was invested in this youth group. And in the church, honestly. And I feel like I'm more of an all out person anyway. So like if I'm going to be a part of something, I want to like be a big part of it. That sounded really weird.
No, I have a lot to say about. We're gonna move on. Yes,
thank you.
You do like extreme or nothing.
Yeah. Because if I'm just like dipping my toes, it's like not worth my time.
Yeah. A swimming reference.
Nice. Dano loves swimming references.
I love the water. So we can
I got some. Thanks for asking, Bree. I want to tell you a story about my swimming. Okay,
I got stories.
All right, so
I love it. Okay. So huge part of this youth group. I was really invested. My my love interest at the time, who became my boyfriend, was also a huge part of this group.
Was he cool?
I thought so.
Whoa. Now that you already said you're the coolest, was he in your stratosphere of coolness or was he in the next level?
We were definitely different kinds of cool.
I love that. That's good. That just makes her sound cooler.
No, I mean, he was adored. He was the bass player. I fell in love with him when he was thumping away to Trade My Sorrows, baby.
Was he wasn't the drummer, though.
Haven't we all?
Oh, God. Yeah, so I fell in love with that youth group, and we dated throughout youth group. And then he became a youth leader because he was a few years older than me. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. So like at the time of this story, actually,
a few years older?
2.5. Yeah. I was a freshman when he was a senior. So that was a whole thing too. We went to the same high school. I know.
That's not insignificant.
Just tell us more, Bree, about your experience.
I love it. Okay. So he became a youth leader, and we actually weren't supposed to be dating at the time.
I wonder why.
Because he was older.
Yeah. How old were you?
At the time of the story, I was 17.
Okay.
And he was 19.
Okay.
Yeah. So it would have been my sophomore year.
At 17?
Is that true?
No.
Yeah. Yes. For sure.
No. At the very end, no. Had it been. Why are we arguing? Okay, yes. You were. Who cares?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
High school.
I want to get this record fucking straight.
I don't know. I dropped out of high school after 9th grade, so I was already.
Man, this story just keeps
after
producing.
9th grade?
Yeah. So I was like, at the time I was doing some like
later. Okay.
homeschool. It was with my dad. It wasn't really.
Bree, we're going to have you back. We got a lot to talk about.
I got a lot. Here we go.
So you were already out of high school when this story is taking place that you're about to tell?
I was dropped out of high school, yes.
Whoa. Okay. I thought this was later. Okay.
No, because I started dating this guy when I was 15.
Okay.
So we'd already been together for 2 years. And I was sure that I was going to marry him.
Yeah.
And I did.
And you did.
So 15, you were in 8th grade? By your logic?
Yes. Isn't that true?
I was graduating elementary school at age 14. Yes.
Aren't you 15 in 8th grade?
No, not even
15.
15 in 8th grade?
I'm like this.
As someone who said they have a lot of kids, you have no
oldest in our classes, and we were 16 and sophomore.
Yeah. 17's junior. I have one.
I don't know.
Okay,
guys.
anyways,
we're going to get back. We'll circle back.
We're going to circle back for sure.
She's checking her phone now. Okay, so you're in this youth group. You're dating leader. Someone who's not, you established is not as cool as you, but is older than you.
Correct.
At this fucking
bass
church.
Player.
He's a bass player, thumping away is what she said. Boom, boom.
The bass line really is the
It's a great
key to that
bass
song.
Line. Oh my God, I feel like I have emotions even with you just doing that.
Yeah, and you know what? It's no different than country music.
Okay.
Look Garth Brooks in the eye and tell him that. Okay.
That almost makes you
so let's get to the story. So what context do we need to know before hearing this story, if any?
Oh, God. I mean...
So you weren't supposed to be dating him. That seems significant.
We weren't supposed to be dating, and we already know that there's all of these rules, right? So, obviously, no sex before marriage was one of the rules. And that was all we were taught. There was no safe sex. There was no smart sex. There was only no sex.
Which is the safest sex of all, Bree. No sex.
And
sure.
Right around this time, Bill Clinton, let's keep in mind, is in the White House. Right?
Yeah. Yeah, probably.
So?
Yeah. Okay.
Whatever time
that's really important to Dano. Presidents mean a lot to him.
You keep coming at me with these damn numbers and timelines. I don't know. All right. So we were navigating a relationship at that point that was already like 2 years old.
Yep.
And we had planned on getting married. And we were teenagers. We were horny fucking teenagers.
Yeah.
So we were trying to figure things out, and without any rules, we were trying to figure out smart and safe sex on our own.
The way God intended.
Exactly. Yeah. Just fed us to the wolves. So we were, we would try things, and whatever we were trying to figure out, like what wasn't sex.
Right.
Because on top of all of the rules that we had actually signed contracts.
Oh my God.
With our youth pastor saying that we would remain abstinent until we were married.
Why would the youth pastor make us sign it to him? That's weird.
Well, he was going to give us money.
Really?
He was going to give us $25 on our wedding day.
Oh my God. $25 fucking dollars?
Well, but so here's the thing. My boyfriend and I were both in the youth group, so we were going to get 50.
Can you imagine looking at your friends and eyes like, hey, do you want to go have sex with us? You're like, guys, you've heard of $25.
Yeah.
But that was like, on top of the money, obviously, like they had earned our loyalty.
Yeah.
At least we thought,
yes.
Right? Like we thought that they had our best interest and we were doing the work.
Yeah.
And so we were trying to maintain that while also like, whatever, getting off. We wanted to have fun. So we we figured out a way to have sex, in quotations, with underwear on.
Now explain to me how this works.
Did I mention I really love swimming?
They were small,
made of latex,
underwear.
And
but we figured if we just had enough fun and friction,
that's
and
right,
fabric,
I could keep my
3 F's.
Yep, I can't even do it. I'm not even trying.
Don't.
We could still have a good time, and there would be no problem.
Fascinating.
And it wouldn't be technically sex for some reason.
You could still get that $50.
You can't have sex with your underwear on.
I just love that the logic between you two in the moment of just like, well, I mean, like it's fine if we
we still get the $50, right?
And it was very much like we wouldn't start to end there. It was always like, well, we're just gonna like lay down and watch a movie.
Oh yeah.
Oh, let's pull the blanket up.
Yes.
Like, let's do this. Let's do that. And it was always one step at a time,
Yeah.
And we, of course, always regret it in the morning, the same way that I broke all of my secular CDs over and over again and then reordered them from Columbia
Columbia that
Records.
energy, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I still owe them so much money. I don't know how many times I sent a penny in for Eminem.
for like 11.
11, I think. Was it 11? Yeah, 10 plus 1, you send a penny.
Well, when you were 11, I think you were in college at the time, right? Age joke. Okay. So now lead us up. Now get us to the story that.
So it turns out that while maybe it's not actually sex, who really knows, right?
Oh.
It can get you pregnant.
Oh.
So this was had been going on for a while, but I ended up being about 4.5 months pregnant before I noticed or knew.
I have not heard this part of the story.
Yeah. So Grace, my daughter, she's great.
Hi, Grace.
She was in my belly on a missions trip to Argentina.
Oh.
An entire summer of hanging out. just not even realizing, like, I was getting emotional and my clothes weren't fitting and I had no idea why. I was like, I guess I'm like 17 now, so maybe my body's changing.
Sure.
What's
Wow.
going on?
Yeah.
But it was about 4 months before I questioned, whoa, I could be pregnant.
Wow.
And a lot of it, like I said, was a very much of a education issue. Like, I just didn't think about it. I didn't know because I knew what I was taught.
That Proctor health class could have came in handy.
Yeah, suddenly that decision to drop out of public school comes back around.
Maybe if they had that talk before I left.
Yeah.
I'm sure they did. No, we did.
You were
middle school.
You were too cool. You didn't listen to that shit. You're like, boring, right? High-fiving your classmates. Yeah.
Probably.
Okay, so you're 4.5 months pregnant.
God, I got a good story, but we can keep moving on.
Oh yeah, okay. Let's back to Bree.
Is it about swimming?
No,
it's about public education, describing how sex works.
Yeah, the hot dogs and yin.
No.
Yeah, okay,
anyways, we'll come back.
Let's go back.
I love it.
No, we don't.
Oh, so I got pregnant. And we had to, I eventually told my boyfriend, and we decided to keep the baby. We had already talked about getting married. So we were young, but we kind of knew what we wanted already.
Was he like, last time I used Fruit of the Loom, fucking bullshit.
Yeah.
Hanes are $1 more expensive. I should have just done Hanes.
They can't pay in the underwear.
Okay, so
and you can't get pregnant with Hanes.
Can't get pregnant with
Hanes
Hanes.
her way.
Technically, it was Victoria's Secret, and clearly
Break the
her
chains.
secret was
Break the chains of pregnancy.
These won't keep you from getting pregnant.
How about this? Break the chains of teenage pregnancy by wearing Hanes. Break the chains of Hanes.
Break every chain.
All right, so you're pregnant.
I'm pregnant.
Okay, this is so good.
We
decided to keep the baby.
We decided to keep the baby.
And you did
keep
the baby, like you just said.
We just saw
You
Grace.
just saw her.
I didn't know that was your daughter. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. She gave me a ride here today. Thanks, Grace. So this is great. So we told our parents, and we were very worried about telling our parents, and they were all very understanding, accepting, willing to help, willing to show up however they could. And so we were feeling pretty hopeful about moving forward. And then we had to go tell our youth pastor, because pregnancy isn't really a premarital sex sin that you can hide, or evidence of that you can hide, right?
Truth.
So it's going to show up. It already was. And our youth pastor didn't really have the same response as their parents, believe it or not. He was very ashamed of us and thought so much better of us. And because Brooks was a youth leader and I was in like youth leadership at the time, we had some splaining to do, is what we were told. And that explaining came in the form of publicly announcing to the entire youth group and a lot of the church that we were pregnant,
and the church,
and we were sorry. Well, a lot of the church, they knew that it was happening, so there was a presence of a lot of leaders in the space because we were.
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
Yeah,
Jesus. That's insane. This fucking church.
Yeah, and we were. I mean, I was 17. He was 19. We were children.
Yes.
And we were forced to get up in front of the church and say that we had made a mistake and that we're sorry and we're going to try and fix it.
There's more. And
what?
Didn't you have to publicly repent in front of everybody?
Oh yeah. I mean, it was very much like we were like, we're going to do better. And obviously our youth pastor was like, well, you have to stop having sex now, blah, blah, blah. And we were like,
well,
yeah, totally, we will.
Technically, we didn't even have sex the first time. We were wearing underwear.
Right. It wasn't even sex.
We broke the chains with Hanes.
That's right. Yeah. So all of that to say, like we stood up in front of that church, and that will always be a memory that I can't get away from it. Right. It it was part of my life, and it was so shame-filled.
Wow.
And it was such a weird time after that, because obviously, like, we're getting married, we're having a baby, we're moving out of our parents' house and in together, which we had never done. Like, it was all so new.
What can I ask? Was marriage kind of like pushed on you a little bit, or was it like, well, let's hurry up and get you married? Or was that
no
kind of what you guys wanted?
We wanted that.
Felt? Yeah.
And well, so I guess when it comes down to it, it probably was because we wanted to live together.
Sure.
I didn't want to have a baby alone with him living at his mom's house or whatever.
House, yeah.
So we wanted to move in together, but in order to do that, we had to get married. So there's that part. And you can't live together.
You said that you were, I think you used the word forced. What was the option if you didn't get up and share? Did they say, if you don't do this, this is what will happen? Or was it just a narrative in your head that you knew?
No, there was no other option. I mean, it was not like a threatening thing, but there was no other option for us. Like, we had to be a part of this community. Like, we were invested.
Your families were really involved and everything?
Yeah. It was our life.
Right.
So we didn't really see another option besides that.
Okay.
It was just like, if, moving forward, this is what you have to do.
So it wasn't like, if you don't do this, you are excommunicated from the church.
No, not in those words.
Okay. Did you feel like if you didn't, though?
If we wanted to stay a part of the church, that had to happen.
That was the only option.
Yeah, that was the only option we were given. There was no, like, if you don't want to do this, you can do this, or you can leave, or whatever. We didn't even hear that. So
okay,
we did it, and it was awful.
Brutal.
Was your family there?
No.
Was his family there?
No.
But the leaders of the church showed up to listen to a 17, 19-year-old.
It was a Wednesday night service. So a lot of the people that were there for church downstairs, the leaders and stuff, they came up for the announcement.
Wow.
Basically. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah. It was interesting. In typical whatever all in fashion, like, we accepted it, and we continued to be leaders in that church. I ended up working there for a couple of years.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were there until I think I was 23 or 24.
I remember when you first showed up at the church I worked at.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Did people get to ask questions when you shared this story?
Not publicly. But
Not publicly?
But we were approached afterwards immediately by people, and yeah.
Really? What kind of questions, if you don't mind sharing?
A lot of them were like, I feel like most of the questions that we got were just like out of like care and concern, probably more concern, I guess.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't hear a lot of care
about you. We're praying for you.
Yeah. Take care. Don't bring that up.
Was the screenwriter there of the Hell's Angels, Hell's Gate?
This is where it all started.
It's like season 7 just got a lot more interesting.
I can't
New storyline
in that show anymore.
And the character's name is Free.
It's like, production manager, we're gonna need some hands. We got a new storyline for next year.
Bring in the demons. Oh no! But
how many students were in there, if you don't mind?
Oh god, the
was it like a crazy youth
was
group?
Pretty big at the time, so there was.
So you're in front of a whole room of your peers.
Yeah, between 50 and 100, I would imagine.
And leaders too. Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah. So I mean, we did all that, and it was such a weird, and of course we had to like step down from leadership, and until the sin was
exposed,
I guess,
alive,
like until we were no longer living in sin, which meant we had to get married and we had our baby.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
and so
that's how forgiveness works, Bree.
When we were parents, right? So when we became parents of Grace, the church just kind of moved on, and we were just
they got what they wanted.
Normal.
They got what they wanted.
We had paid for our sin apparently. And they needed us because we were good at stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fuck. Did you ever have anyone? I've never asked this to you, so feel free to give me the finger. Has anyone since then come up to you and apologized or shared? It doesn't mean it's a leader, but it's anyone is like, that was horribly inappropriate.
Not for that specifically.
I
did have one. I had one woman come up to me years later, and apologize, but it wasn't for anything that happened. It was for her own stuff. She was like, she just told me, she's like, I judged you horribly. I couldn't even look at you. I thought that like what you did was such a horrible thing. And then 2 years later, she got pregnant.
Funny how that works.
Yeah. And then got married and then announced her pregnancy. So she hid it the whole time.
And she didn't have to go in front of the church.
She didn't have to do anything. Nobody knew. And she was older at the time. She was an adult. But she was like, I was so angry with you. And I judged you so harshly. And then it happened to me. And I just kept it a secret.
Did you judge her then?
Oh, publicly? I still do. Obviously.
I still send her letters. Yeah.
No, I haven't thought of her until you asked that question.
Oh. You want to write a letter to her?
Sure.
I know what you did in the summer of 2004. It doesn't flow.
It doesn't.
Okay.
Even 2002.
I have another question.
What?
If you were to, again, caveat, respond if you want to. If you could go back and tell, what were you, 17 when this happened? If you could go and talk to 17-year-old Bree like hours or a day before that meeting, what would you tell her? Like, what would 41-year-old Bree tell 17-year-old Bree before that meeting started?
Oh God, I think basically I would just try and tell her that the narrative is flipped, right? Trusting your gut is much more valuable than your virginity. Because that's what we were taught, right? Like our virginity is the most valuable thing, especially as girls, right? Like
only as girls.
I had boobs when I was young, which has probably led to the popularity, right?
Good call.
Hey, Bree.
But I'm
assuming it definitely had something to do with it.
Yeah, right.
I didn't know you back then, but from my experience with
funny.
boobs.
But she's got tits.
It's true. So I was the girl that always was like, oh, like you can't wear that same swimsuit even though your friend is wearing the same swimsuit. You have to put a t-shirt on over it.
Oh, yeah.
So like I wasn't taught to trust myself. I was taught to cover myself up, that my ideas were most likely wrong and dangerous. And the most valuable thing about me was my virginity and my pureness. And as soon as I gave that away, well, fuck.
Right.
So I think I would just tell her to focus on trusting herself.
I love that.
Because that's really what the church stripped from me the most, I think, over the course of my life.
Wow. That's like, it's a fucking hilarious story and horribly traumatic.
Yeah, a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I can't imagine. And we clearly have told our kids different stories of raising kids, but I can't imagine my kid coming up and saying, "Hey, I think I have to go do this," and then just sitting like, "That sounds like a really good decision. You should go do that." Like, because we're in such different places.
Well, even like whatever context it is, like I have to go, like my baseball coach said I have to stand up in front of the team and tell them, like,
See, that's funny.
But I mean, that would be funny. But you know what I mean? Like, as a parent, my kids are like, no, you don't need to go tell anybody.
No,
like, you don't have to do anything.
No,
it's crazy.
But that's the power that churches, and I would say mainly pastors, right, have over communities, not just individuals, because the whole community is like, clearly leaders came up to here because it's some form of
crazy.
It's some form of entertainment.
Yeah,
guys
exactly.
in religiosity of like, oh, this is holy. It's like, no, this is the same like gossip. We want to see other people be slut shamed and punished and all that stuff because it makes us feel better.
Right.
It's all about, we want to feel sparklier than you.
Not that it matters, but is there even like a vague direction in scripture that they like?
No.
Like,
Well,
that's what I'm just gonna like.
we should let Bree answer. But
Did they say like where was the guidelines for this being something that's necessary to do? Besides, like in front of the congregate, like there's nothing of that. Like what are they?
I wouldn't even know.
There's a lot of Bible. Well, there's not a lot. There's a couple Bible verses about what to do if someone sins in front of the church,
right?
In Matthew, but it has nothing to do really about public, not execution,
individual.
Like let's
things.
display our sin or talk about our sin, confess our sin.
Yeah, public
but
confession.
about premarital sex, no, there's fucking nothing.
No, I know that. I just mean like confession in front of a congregation. It's
what is it? Matthew 18:19 principle. It's a bad interpretation of what they should do, but that's not why Jesus talked about it.
Do you remember any other instances in that church where people had? I'm serious. People had to get up and be like,
"Oh yeah, was there other public confessions in the life of the church when you were there?" Or were you the only one?
That's a really good question. I don't remember anything.
I know that I could get to the pastor. I can get the number of the pastor.
Yeah, but honestly, like I don't have the greatest memory, and this is my memory.
Pregnancy brain, probably.
Oh my god! Yeah, that's got to be it.
Yeah, that's a great question. How many
years.
Did you ever see it in any of your churches?
No, never. There was a couple times where it was threatened, like if you have to come up, and that was a way to get them really out of the church. It was a tool to get people out of the church and then keep them in the church.
I saw it online with, but this person was like a leader, like a pastor at the church. He led like the whole education wing of, and he had an affair with his wife.
There was one of those
at your church.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
And they had to confess.
Yeah.
So there was more.
Well, it was a leader, and he did have to.
But
and he had to resign.
Yeah,
he had to resign and confess,
or maybe he didn't have to resign, but he did resign.
But the one I'm thinking of only happened after they were welcomed back into full membership of the church. So it wasn't at the point of sin. It was
hold on, air quotes.
So it was like this is why we were gone.
Yeah. I mean, they announced it, but this person wasn't required to stand up and say it or like repent in front of that seems crazy.
It's all power dynamics,
especially for a fucking 17-year-old.
It's horribly inappropriate. Yeah. God damn.
Okay. I mean, an eighth grader having to stand up in front of the church.
What a great opportunity to like show these other kids that are also probably having sex that you could get pregnant and then you'd have to be doing this thing. Like,
yeah,
I mean, it was clearly a tool that they used to like threaten other kids. Excuse me, just like they threatened us out of hell or whatever. It's
what more of a example of hell than bringing you up there?
It was hell.
Seriously, like it's a hellish experience, and we are going to gain from your pain.
Yeah. And it was definitely like a shift for me of like, this doesn't feel like a thing that a loving pastor would do, that somebody that cared about me would do.
Well, yeah.
Because I think overall, like they cared about the mission more than me.
I still remember there was only one time that I remember where I had to ask someone to step off of leading, or not even leading, just playing worship, because someone told me that him and his girlfriend were having sex. And I'm like, I guess it was just like one of those like, I guess you can't really play guitar because you're fucking, right? And he looked at me like I was, not only did I betray his trust, right? Like I'm fucking insane. Like, what are you talking about? Mm. Like, why would this matter? And I felt in that moment, like, who am I and what am I doing? And it's still one of the biggest regrets of pastoring, like, because he left youth group as he should, right? And I've talked to him since then, but it's just when you sense you trust your gut even as the person in power, I felt like this is wrong. This is just, whoever told me to do this is all about power dynamics more than it is about sacredness or truth.
I had to do it as an intern to a small group leader just for hand stuff. I had to look him in the eye and be like, "Are you doing hand stuff with your girlfriend?"
Hand stuff?
Yeah, you know what hand stuff is,
like
right?
Finger blasting? We could say this is our fucking podcast. We could say
I like the allure of hand stuff.
Like high-fiving each other?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they immediately left the church and
take it.
About as you'd expect.
Did they laugh?
No.
Oh, that's too bad.
It was a very horrible walk, and then we weren't friends for like 4 years. Now we're back.
Are you really?
Yeah, I mean, I apologized, and like there was a clear
like vacation as families, friends.
No, like we're in the same. We're good friends still. You've met him.
Don't tell me, but like I want to know: do you vacation with this friend? That kind of friend?
No.
Okay, that's good.
We have as like a big huge group.
I wouldn't vacation with you. Just if you told me that. Just let the record share.
Stuff.
I have ethics, guys, clearly.
Yeah. He's like, but we wear underwear on our hands.
That's funny. On that note, Bree, is there anything else that you want to share before we go?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I think one of the things that you had mentioned, or when you asked me, like, could I go back and tell myself something? And one of the coolest things about the experience that where I'm at now is like I can't right go back and tell myself anything, but like that was a really cool opportunity for me when I was raising my own kids to be able to tell them like they can trust themselves. And I still like it's still I get emotional when I see my daughter like trust herself and just show up in big strong ways and not even give a second question to like, oh, is this what God would want? Or is this what this pastor would want? So it's really cool to be able to like come out of this and know that like I was able to like give her that opportunity and give all my kids that opportunity to be like, fuck up and come to me if they mess up.
Right.
And there won't be any judgment or public shaming.
Totally.
So it's cool to have the opportunity of like the moving forward and learning from it.
So in a sense, all the things that maybe you were hoping for from the community that you loved and you thought loved you, you are now recreating that story, not only with your kids and all the other kids that, you know, kind of look to you as their mom.
Yeah.
Like, so you
I think that's the biggest opportunity that we have as adults, right? Is to be who we needed.
Mm-hmm. And tell better stories.
Yeah.
Fuck, I love that. And I love you, Bree.
I love you.
Yeah. Dano, I just said I loved her on recording.
I like you.
You were also
me the guy's like,
man.
Fucking I was just, this.
I mean,
God, that was so good. We had to pivot out of the rest of the conversation because it goes a wildly different direction, which you will find the content, I promise you, in a future bonus episode because it's too good to pass up. But we really just wanted to honor Bree's story because it was rich, it was good, it was painful, it was full of grief. And Bree is living and telling a better story, which is the reason we did this podcast, is that there's so many people who embody the shitty things that those shitty people told them. And we want to live better stories and lives. And so we hope that you found some life in this. We hope you're able to laugh. And if you need more, at our website, shitmypastorsaid.com, you can interact with us. You can share your own stories if you'd like. You can ask us questions. And also, we have links on there for mental health professionals because you don't have to carry those stories anymore, friends. And we all need help to live and tell better stories. So thank you to Bree Thompson. Thank you to my brother Dano. And I'm Kris. And this is Shit My Pastor Said.
Shit my pastor said. Oh, shit my pastor said. Shit my pastor said. Oh, shit my pastor said. Shit my pastor said. Oh, shit my pastor said. Shit my pastor said. Yeah, shit my pastor said.